The commissioners met behind closed doors this morning with Assistant District Attorney Jim Morgan to discuss the embezzlement. Prior to the meeting, Commissioners Andersen, Richardson, and Lewis complained about the procedure used by County Auditor Jack Benson to reveal the embezzlement. The commissioners said they were not informed of the incident until after Benson had talked with district judges, the DA's office, and 2 local newspapers. But after the meeting, the tone of the complaint was softened. What did come out of the meeting is that the county auditor has not followed the directives of the Commissioners' Court. In August of 1970, the commissioners voted to have a monthly audit made of county funds instead of an annual audit. That has not been done. Commissioner Andersen, who proposed the monthly audit, said he plans to bring the measure before the court again. Could you explain what your motion was a year and a half ago and why it wasn't carried through?
Well, I don't know why it wasn't carried through, but really at the time I just want to initiate a standard bookkeeping procedure for Tarrant County. And our auditors, outside auditors, should come in once a month, check the cash, and give the Commissioners' Court a statement. And we passed a court order doing that, and something happened. It was simply never done. And it's rather distressed me.
Is there a watchdog to watch the watchdog, as you put it?
No, but there's going to be.
I asked Auditor Jack Benson why he had not complied with the 1970 order of Commissioners' Court. He replied that the order was illegal and not necessary. He added that a monthly audit would not have revealed the missing money because it had cleared 2 reputable CPA firms' audits without detection. Meanwhile, the county has been returned $2,600 today by the county employee accused of taking the money. Benson said if a further investigation does not reveal more losses, the county has received full payment. According to Benson, the money was taken over a period of at least 4 years. Jim Green, Channel 8 News on the Move in Fort Worth.
It is growing, and it's doubling every year. The amount the organizations are moving. It's true you don't see the publicity and the pictures of the kids with the paper and all that kind of thing, but nonetheless, they're working. Look at this what we have here today. This is unbelievable. It's just beautiful to walk into Dallas and see the community effort with the newspapers, the television, the students, the professors, the businessmen, all gathering to further this thing. This is really what democracy is truly about. I don't suppose you'd find this anywhere in the world.
Well, I don't know whether it's a step up or not, Jerry. There's always been a conflict between all the 3 professional leagues outside of the National Hockey League, but we feel it's a very attractive package joining with the Western Hockey League, and they feel that's also it's going to make it a tremendous league, I think, and a great package and an exciting league for all the public here in Dallas and throughout the whole league.
Will the play be improved, the caliber in the Western League when we join it?
Well, I don't know whether it'll be improved. I think it will be as good or if not better because it'll be a little more mature league.
How far away, then, is this area from membership in the National Hockey League, would you say?
Well, Jerry, this has been discussed, and I think through this merger that the Western League has tried to persuade the National Hockey League in their next expansion, which is 74-75 again, that 2 to 4 cities will be included in the National Hockey League, and naturally, we here in Dallas, I would like to see Dallas get in there because they've supported us tremendously this year, and I hope they continue the rest of the year and in the future, that there is some interest to local ownership here to apply for a National League franchise in the National Hockey League, because I think, and I know a lot of people do feel that the Dallas-Fort Worth area is a tremendous area for a National Hockey League franchise.
Well, that's one. Would you care to guess on the other 3?
Well, I think Kansas City is also a great sports town. They supported the Blues despite the fact that they've had some difficult years, but it's a great city, and they've proved themselves as a sporting town. I think San Diego has proved it because they've drawn in their league, and now they're in with us. They draw anywhere from 10 to 13,000 people per game, and I think they would certainly fill their building. And Seattle, who has a tremendous building and a tremendous background, also could be considered as a franchise in the National Hockey League. So these are 4 cities that I feel that have an excellent chance.
I don't really feel like it's possible to do that. It appears that possibly as much as 3 cents on the tax levy would be required to repay the borrowing that was done to put up the city's initial share of the cost. and that as much as 5 cents, the equivalent of 5 cents on the tax levy, might be required to make up the operating deficit that is expected in the early years.
Lake Lavon is located in Collin County, northeast of Garland. It's used a great deal by the residents of not only the Collin County area, but also out of Dallas County and Rockwall County. It preceded Lake Ray Hubbard and sometimes is overlooked now in favor of Lake Ray Hubbard. But there's a great deal of construction going on at this reservoir and has been for a year. We talked to the assistant resident engineer, Mr. Jim Lesley, and asked how much money is being spent on this project.
Approximately $63 million.
Now, what are the taxpayers getting for that kind of money?
Well, we're getting some water storage for the North Texas Municipal Water District. We're also getting some recreation facilities and for additional flood control.
How big a project is this in terms of area? It's not only this dam, is it?
No, it's the entire area. That's anything. It's when we bring the water up, it will involve recreation facilities. It'll mean relocating railroads, roads, cemeteries, and so forth.
What kind of work is going on at the present time? What phase are you in?
Well, right now we are raising the dam. We're raising it approximately 12 feet so that we can eventually raise the water level of the lake a total of 20 feet.
Now, raising the lake 20 feet will do what to its area?
It will double the surface area. Right now there's approximately 11,000 acres, and it will bring it up to approximately 22,000 acres.
Many people who have used Lake Lavon in the past have referred to it as a mud hole. The water is a bit murky. We asked the reservoir manager, Mr. Russell McGinnis, if the increased size of the lake would take care of this problem.
This will clear the water and make it much better fishing.
The people use this lake a great deal, but how long will it be before they can use it in its improved state?
Approximately 5 years.
What kind of recreational facilities will you have available for them?
At the present time, we have 9 parks. We will add 9 additional new parks, and all your recreational facilities will be upgraded and become modern.
What about marinas for public boats?
There will be 5 marinas.
Well, if you're looking forward to using the new facilities at Lake Lavon, you're going to have to wait until June of 1974 to do so. A project of this type does not go without its problems. About 1,200 residents around the perimeter of this lake are being displaced by the increased water supply. Approximately 10% of those have said they'll bring suit against the government in order to stop this expansion. So far, they have been unsuccessful. At the Lake Lavon Reservoir, this is Jim Mitchell, Channel 8 News on the Move.
The Bob Banner theatrical career began here at the Banner homestead. Well, not really here, but around at the back in the garage, where at the age of 10, he put on his first production. He was featured performer, producer, director, and ticket taker. He performed an operation as a doctor would. People tell me who were there at that time that it was one of the funniest they'd ever seen. From the garage to Ennis High School, where in 1939, Bob Banner was president of the band. 2 of the classmates in 1939 in the band with Bob at that time were Mrs. Curtis Abel and Norris Lipscomb. They remember 2 main things about Bob Banner. First, he was very popular. Secondly, he was very talented.
I remember our experiences in the band. He was always outstanding in his band work.
What about that car?
Well, it was a funny thing, but he took us all riding, and we all enjoyed it. I think he enjoyed it.
Did you ever think at the time that you knew Bob Banner that he would go on to be what he is today?
I could not foresee all of this, but I was not surprised when I realized he had become a success.
Were you surprised when he turned out as successful as he did?
No, I kind of feel like that everybody thought that Bob was destined for big things in the musical field.
Was he popular in school?
Very much so. Everybody liked Bob.
Bob was not only popular with his classmates, but he was popular in the town of Ennis itself. He's remembered by the people of Ennis as being talented, as indicated when we talked with Bill Ryder, the current president of the Ennis State Bank.
Well, he was a very talented youngster when he was in school here. And, of course, later in SMU, he directed plays and so forth while he was in school. And, of course, he proved himself later on in life. So I'd have to say talent would be his
special quality.
Today, Bob was honored by the Ennis Lions Club for his many years of service, not only to the community, but to the entertainment world as well. It's fitting that the Lions Club that honored him was that Lions Club that was led by his father. Bob was described by many, many people as being one of the most humble people they've ever met. You get that impression by just talking with him.
Well, we came down here actually to show this special to the high school because they had been so gracious during the time they were here filming. And all we planned to do was to stop through town for 1 hour and show the special. But they turned it into a lot more, and the town is a charming group of people, and their hospitality is a little overwhelming to all of us.
Bob Banner will tell you the thing that he wanted most today was to have T.W. Granger by his side. He said that he owed Mr. Granger almost everything he has today. T.W. Granger was the band director in 1939, and together he and Bob Banner collaborated to write the Ennis School song, the song that's currently being used by Ennis High School today. Mr. Granger wasn't at the Lions Club meeting today. T.W. Granger died a week ago. Jerry Park, Channel 8 News, on the move at the Banner Homestead in Ennis.
The brawl broke out just minutes before a group of black, white, and Mexican-American students met with Deputy Superintendent B.J. Stamps. The closed-door meeting was designed to air racial grievances that prompted a cafeteria disturbance last Friday and a walkout Monday. After the hour-long session, Superintendent Stamps talked to reporters.
If you could isolate 300 people probably out of the 3,750, you would have isolated all of the people that are trying to cause difficulties. If you could isolate 300 people. We have a lot of misunderstanding among students. Anytime you begin to deal with students, and they polarize, then each group has the same grievance. That is that all of the penalties are being applied to one race, and each group has the same grievance. The white would say you always penalize the white and not the black. The black say you always penalize the black and not the white.
A Mexican-American student, Vivian Vaca, says she hopes the violence will abate.
We just talked about our current problems, which we have previously talked about. Our main concern today was our incidents that happened. How can we go back and relate to our students to get them to calm down and, let's be friends and let's talk to everybody. And, this was our main concern today. I really don't know if it worked. We came back out and related to our friends, our people that we represent. They, in turn, a lot of them were very hateful toward us, and the tension has arisen so much that, they're just really mad about what's going on. And we've come back and we've tried to cool them down, and we did some, but not all.
Another meeting between the tri-racial group and Superintendent Stamps is scheduled for tomorrow. This is Martha McIntyre, Channel 8 News on the Move.
we're not satisfied by all means. We are only on a waiting period. We're giving him time, ample time for him to study the situation. He indicated that he would comply with some of our justifiable demands. The others, he said that he has to look back into OEO guidelines and see if he can comply with those. We will sit down and talk to him Monday or Tuesday at his convenience. We don't want to put unnecessary pressure against the man if he's being sincere about it. But if we see that his man is not being sincere, we will write and we will send the full report to many congressmen and senators throughout. We'll have a full report even to President Nixon if possible.